These are my 4 reasons why you should apply for the Hustler Fund as soon as possible if you have not yet applied for it. Reason number 1, the amount given in Hustler Fund. Remember, it's a Hustler Fund, so it is targeting the people at the bottom of the economic pyramid. That amount is enough for you to start a business. Let me give you a practical example. In the year 2020, during COVID, a certain lady inboxed me on Facebook, and she told me she is suffering, she lost her job, and she doesn't know how to make ends meet. And she told me she has an idea. She wanted 1 tray of eggs, then she can start boiling them and hawking them. And each tray was going for 300. So I told her, go somewhere, a place I am known, take 2 trays of eggs, and then you start off and I'll pay. And I paid 600 shillings. What she did, she would boil those eggs and then start supplying them in a bucket at construction sites. In a day, she would sell 60 eggs at 20 shillings, and she bought at 10 shillings. And you see, the only expenses is water, maybe some charcoal and salt. So she was making 600 shillings in profit every day. When we met later, after some years, she's doing quite well, and she has really grew from how she was. So you may think that Hustler Fund is too little. However, it is sufficient to start a business, especially if you are not earning a lot of money from other businesses. Reason number 2 why you should take the Hustler Fund. The Hustler Fund is growing. For instance, when I started taking the Hustler Fund, my limit was 800 shillings. Right now, my limit is 1,400. So the limit is growing. Number 2, also the Hustler Fund is growing. Like just the other day, like 2-3 days ago, they introduced another product called the Women Fund and also the SME product. Under the SME, they can give you between 10,000 to 200,000 shillings if you are running a registered business. However, the catch is, for you to qualify for the Women Fund or the Biashara loan, that is the SME loan, you must have taken the Hustler Fund and repaid. So if you have not, you are not able to get the higher limit in the Biashara or women loan. Reason number 3, Hustler Fund is also growing. As much as they say they don't check your CRB report or your history, I believe they are checking, and that's why you see the money is growing and the limit is growing. Also, remember Hustler Fund. Some days ago, David D said that Hustler Fund is not run by the government. It is managed by individual telecom companies. These telecom companies, they are not banks. So they are banks behind the Hustler Fund. Meaning, if in future you take the Hustler Fund, you default, and then you go to apply for a loan, the banks will have to look at your Hustler Fund repayment history. And if they find that your limit is good, your repayment history is good, definitely you'll be able to take the Hustler Fund, maybe the Biashara loan, and also a bank loan based on your repayment of the Hustler Fund. And reason number 4, the Hustler Fund interest is very low. Compared to other lenders, these digital lenders, compared to Mshwari, compared to Fuliza, compared to Okoa Jahazi, the Hustler Fund has the lowest interest. And remember, these rich people, you don't manage, if you cannot manage 100 shillings well, God will not give you 1,000,000 shillings to manage. So even the richest people, they started managing the little money they got, and then their finances grew. So the same thing, just take that Hustler Fund, enjoy the low interest rates, and then as you grow, your business will grow, your limit will grow, and even God will also be kind enough to give you more money, so that because you have already proven that you can manage the little Hustler Fund well. So these are reminder, I'm in the Hustler Fund. If you have not taken it, go take it as soon as possible, and most importantly, repay. Don't say it is free money from the government. Repay, so that in future you don't say, I wish I knew. Maybe there'll be a day my limit will be 5,000, and you'll be looking for that 5,000 and saying, if I started, I would have the limit. So take the Hustler Fund as soon as possible.